Alrighty, so I'm, oh, my camera got messed up. There we go. Alright, so I'm resuming the draft. We just fired up, and now we've got some really weird bug, which is going to make it very hard for me to play. So we got Blood Shard, Sapphire Shard, Sapphire Shard, Sapphire Shard, so we got 4 shards, I think. Oh man, this is going to be tough. If I can play this. Okay, so we've got an air superiority and 2 flyers, right? We'll go ahead and try to keep it. It looks like I'm going first because oh no, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. My opponent's going first, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, so this will be awkward. Hopefully when I draw cards, maybe those ones will be able to know what they are. But this is the first time I've ever had this happen, and but it's like playing blindfold chess, right? You just have to remember what your cards are. Okay, so he is leading off with Savage Raider, which is not exactly what we want to see. We'll eventually be able to kill it with Venom Scorn, but let's see. Let's cross our fingers here that the bug gets fixed. Oh, okay, so at least I can see the new cards as I draw them, and it highlights the cards I can play. So we want to play that. Alright, so I need to stop typing because I know it's really loud with the keyboard and stuff. It kind of goes through the mic, so I'll try not to type too much more, just talking to my opponent there. Anyhow, so we'll continue, and hopefully this will work out well. It's a good thing I'm recording because this is the first time I've ever seen it, and at least I'm recording it so I can show this one to Cryptozoic. We'll see how this goes for me. What's he saying? Yeah, I saw my sap at least. But here we go. Alright, so he's gonna be getting in at least 4 damage with the Savage Raider. On the bright side, I can, like, burn is gonna be really awkward for him because the effigy is gonna be a 3/3. So we can do that and, you know, block the Raider, and he'll have to use a burn to kill the effigy, so I'll 2 for 1 him there. Does he have a turn 2 play? That would be pretty bad. Alright, so he doesn't, which is good for me. So let's figure out what the cards are. We've got Blood Shard, Sapphire Shard. Sorry guys, I just gotta remember what I actually have. Okay, so we'll play the Blood Shard, which is this one right here, and play this. It should be the air superiority. Is it gonna show it? Okay, so at least it starts showing what it is when they hit play. This is the funniest bug ever. But hey, that's what alpha is for. Yes, we are playing HexTCG alpha, folks, and these things do happen. Although this is the first time, like I said, that I've seen this particular one, but it's half the fun, right? Okay. That game sound is really loud. I apologize. Maybe I should turn down the system sound. There, that should be good there. I wish there was a way in-game to turn the sound down. Yeah, I mean, there's an option menu, but you can't access it while you're actually playing. Alright, so Time Ripple's good for us. We're going to play the Effigy, which is this one. Okay, so play a Shard, play our Effigy. He could, like, what is it called? Ruby Lance me, which would be really good for him right now. But he also, like, did turn 1 Savage Raider, which, what's he doing? Nope, he's not lancing me. So the question is, the likelihood he has burn or like a crushing blow is decent enough, and I can just Venom Scorn him next turn. I'm willing to take 2 damage. We'll see if he plays a troop though. We still have Time Ripple, which will be good. Okay, so he's going to get in for a decent amount of damage here. I'm not going to block. I'm going to take 5, go down to 11. Which is always kind of risky if he has like a burn to the ground. But I'm also totally happy hitting him with Venom Scorn because Savage Raider is probably going to be one of the only guys I'm able to hit with it. He also could be holding back like a Bombsmith, which is pretty reasonable for him. Giant army ants. So we will Venom Scorn the Savage Raider, and probably Time Ripple the Giant Army Ants. Okay, so there's that. What else do we have? We got the Mazet Ranger. We also have the Mystic, and this is another Sapphire Shard. We'll play that so I don't have any more of these cards in my hand. We'll go ahead and hit the Savage Raider. And then, so I could Time Ripple this. Not too excited about doing that though, because then I'm just not using all my resources this turn. This guy is going to be a 3/5 though, and can totally block the Giant Army Ants. If he Crushing Blows it, I'll kind of be crying, but it's not the end of the world, so we'll play that out. And just keep going to town. Alright. So that Sapphire Aura, you know, not going to do all that much for me this game, but, or at least not yet. There's still quite a bit we could be drawing and making good. This time we will block the Giant Army Ants if he swings with it. Granted, if he swings with it, he's saying that he has some kind of combat trick, so maybe I don't. But I also don't want to take a lot of damage. So, we will see. Alright, what do you got for me? So we got 6 damage a turn. I kill him in 3 turns. He's got 3 damage a turn. Kills me in 4. Turreted wall. Okay. So I'm kind of happy about that, because that means he used all of his resources this turn, and he can't attack. And I can tempo him. Okay. So what do we get? Okay, Shame Gladiator. I'm going to take 2 damage by playing it. What is this card? Mazet Ranger. If I play the Shame Gladiator, I still have Time Ripple, and pretty happy with that. I Time Ripple the Giant Army Ants, probably, because the Turreted Wall is only going to hit me for 1, and it's really not going to do anything against me. Giant Army Ants can actually attack, which means he can Crushing Blow, and do fun stuff there. I'll probably actually block him with the Shame Gladiator. What am I doing? 9 damage here, because I could Time Ripple, not Time Ripple, Sapphire Aura, and get in for 1 more, which would be 10. But so it's still going to take me 2 turns to kill him either way. Granted, he could have a Mortar Strike, which would be pretty decent. He also have Ruby Lance. Okay. So I'm gonna he's got 4 cards in hand. We're gonna just trade here and keep the Time Ripple. Okay, so now that turns it into something bigger, but we're just gonna bounce it, because now he won't be able to play it back this turn. Yeah, so that's really what we were keeping the Time Ripple for, is like, if he didn't play something there, well, you know what I was doing. I'm sorry, my train of thought is broken there. I'm a space cadet. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Wonder if the bug will continue into game 2. Alright, so there's Servant, which is kind of funny. Do that. What's this card? A Mazet Ranger? So what's he thinking about? Ruby Lance on which guy? On my Mystic, so he's going to Ruby Lance and burn it. Oh no, not and burn it. I forgot he's got 5. For some reason I was thinking Ruby Lance for 3 damage. I could have Sapphire Ordered to save my guy, which probably would have been the smart thing to do, but I'm still going to get him for 6. And I have 5, so I can play Servant and Mazet Ranger, and we'll be totally fine. Alright. So it seems like the air superiority plan is doing pretty well for me. Giving your whole team +1/+1 is pretty good. And yeah, there we go. So that seemed like it worked pretty well. Question is, what kind of stuff do we want to be playing against a probably aggressive deck? Is the Monkey of the Ninetales going to be good for me? Probably not, because I don't want to be adding in 5-cost cards. The other thing I could add in is Cavern Commando, probably take out Counter Magic. Well, maybe keep the Counter Magic, but add Cavern Commando in place of something else. Probably in place of the Wailing Banshee. That seems pretty reasonable. Could also do it in place of the Shame Gladiator, but he's got Flight, Wailing Banshee doesn't. And basically does the same thing. Granted, he also hits me for 2, which isn't something I am too thrilled about in this matchup, but the Cavern Commando should be pretty good. We could also bring in the Sorrows or the Shroomshaws, but we didn't see a whole lot of his stuff. He probably has like Ruby Pyromancer in there, so maybe bringing in the Sorrow is the right choice. What would I take out for the Sorrow? Maybe take out the Sapphire Aura, because turns out it wasn't all that great for me. Granted, last game I drew nothing but flyers, so maybe the Sapphire Aura would be pretty good. And what do we take out? Doop, 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 doop. Maybe take out the Stoneclaw Gargoyle. Rockcaster is going to be good for me, though. Yeah, I think we'll keep this. What was I talking about bringing in Sorrow? Which seems like, yeah, I probably should be. It gives me a way to kill giant army ants with my power, too. Alright. Yeah, we'll take out the Sapphire Aura, put in Sorrow. Yeah, and if I have a air superiority out, it doesn't hit a single one of my own guys. And then if I don't, it only hits kind of my Corpse Fly, which is already a 2-for-1. And, ooh, what do we get? Ooh, that was awkward. So we're going to toss this back. We've got a bunch of 5-drops. We got 3 5-drops. We have Servant, which is I was excited to see in my first card, but then we didn't get any Sapphire Shards, so we are going to draw again. Alright, this is looking better. Okay, well that kind of is unfortunate. We are drawing on our first turn. So we're actually going to keep this, but this is not a particularly good keep. We have the Buccaneer, which will buy us some time. We have the Sorrow, which will kill whatever he plays on turn 1, which we'll probably need to do with this hand, because, well, I mean, we're also going to need a Blood Shard. There's 8 in the deck, so it might take us a little while to draw one, but I really don't want to go into 5 cards. He doesn't have a 1-drop, so we're in good shape there. Okay, so, you know, we're so far so good. We really want to see another one of each of the shards sometime soon. Okay, and he's starting slow, which is good. It means our Buccaneer is probably going to buy us time to draw the resources that we're going to be missing out on. We just got to get one more resource here for the Buccaneer to work. What okay, so there's that, which I'm just going to go ahead and kill right now, because we don't want him to have Swift Strike with any of his other stuff, because Swift Strike is actually really good, and that is awkward. So Cavern Commando would be pretty good here, but we're stuck on shards, so I'm just going to keep going. But what do we got? Okay, so he's got that guy coming out. And it looks like he is also stuck because he didn't play his to give him another guy there. Alright, so... Okay, so, you know, I could play the Buccaneer here, and he would only be able to play this if he drew another resource this turn, which seems pretty good, but the Cavern Commando can block this guy or block his charge power if he has that. I'm a little bit happier with that. Granted, if he has a Ruby Lance, it kills the Commando and he swings in for a bunch of damage, but I'm still probably better off doing this. Yeah, Cavern Commando seems like the better play there. Because if he misses his resource, I'll just be able to block him. If he gets it, I'll block his Blaze Elemental. And he'll probably use some kind of thing on me. Granted, I'm not going to swing in with the Cavern Commando. Okay, so what is he showing that he has here? A burn. I'm at 18. He could have a burn or a crushing blow or a Ruby Lance. I would take a Ruby Lance, but either of the others I don't really want to get hit with. Yeah, we'll keep the Cavern Commando out like this, and we're going to hope that I draw a Sapphire Shard, in which case I would probably just pass the turn. That's how I had Counter Magic up, because I think I'm already ahead. Alright, Crimson Clarity. Savage Raider. And what do you do, Ruby Lance me? Nope. Okay. So I'm fine with that, because Buccaneer is going to undo that, and the Crimson Clarity doesn't really help him all that much. Alright, well that's really good. So Savage Raider, you're gone. I mean, it kind of feels like a waste maybe removing the 2/1, but I don't want to walk into combat tricks and stuff, so we're going to do that. You know, we can bounce the effigy, but that's obviously not the choice when he's got the Lurker. We did draw the stuff to do the counter magic with, but he can just attack and get damage through. So we're going to solve the Buccaneer, activate this on the Lurker, and that's a wrap. We'll attack. No, we won't, because he can use his charge power. I was about to say we can safely attack and just get him for 1 damage, but that 1 damage isn't all that important. If he draws the shard, we want to be able to block his guy. So he's got 4 cards in hand. He's about to draw a 5th, and one of those is a increased cost Shadowblade Lurker. So I might be walking into getting blown out here. But I think if he had a Ruby Lance, at least if I was him, I would have used it on my Commando. I do know he has that Ruby Aura and burn on Buccaneer, sure. Okay, so I mean, I know he has the Ruby Aura, which I wouldn't have used the Buccaneer to. I kind of wanted to use the Buccaneer to block the effigy. Although, I think if he did have a Ruby Aura, he wouldn't have burned my guy there. But we're just going to do this, prevent the 3 damage. And I kind of want to draw stuff from my Rotcaster this turn. I want to draw any shard would be great. And we'll kind of get back into the game. Bombsmith, oh no! You got me good there. So that's unfortunate. But at least the burn, the Buccaneer ate the burn rather than the Rotcaster. 3/2 bodies, slightly better. There we go. Hey, we are back in the game and looking good. So we're just going to kill his effigy. Yay! And start putting in work. So he's got a Shadowblade Lurker. He doesn't have a shard, unless that's what he drew. He's got one other card, so there's this Lurker, and we're in good shape. So yeah, right now we are thinking that he does not have a thingy bob. So do I trade the Rotcaster for the Lurker? I'll give him that option. What could he have as his last card? I kind of wish I knew. I always hate not knowing, right? So we could stick out one of these guys. That's probably the choice. Stick out the Stoneclaw Gargoyle. We'll go ahead and swing with the Rotcaster. Let him trade if he wants. But get ourselves a little bit closer to victory here. So I've been doing pretty well with draft. Won a high number of the drafts that I've played in, but recording always makes me nervous that that's gonna wait. That was weird. A shield popped up on there like it was getting blocked or something. Anyways, so here, if I play the Gargoyle, I'm gonna get a draw card, and I'm actually okay. So you know, discarding the counter magic seems kind of loose. But it's actually probably what I'm going to do, because I'm going to start swinging in for a lot of damage. I could either discard the counter magic or the ranger. And what are we at? 6 resources. So if I draw, yeah. Kind of want to discard the ranger because we're going to play the Cloud Titan next turn, and then we can kind of, yeah. We'll keep the counter magic. Because it's going to be 2 turns till we play the ranger anyways, and at that point the counter magic is going to just help us win, because we're already pretty far ahead, I would say. But yeah, that was just the logic going into that, and he just conceded, so yeah, we were in really good shape there. Alrighty, so round 1 is done. I'm going to pause the recording and we will resume when round 2 starts. I got a little bit of a wait. I always wish you kind of knew how long it was going to be, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too long. Oh, actually, wait. I thought it said 2 are complete. Nope, we're the only one complete. We finished first. So we'll see how round 2 goes for us. We might even get a bye, in which case, for me, I will see you in a while. For you guys, you'll just click on the next video and we'll be moving right on.